Hello Coffin Cards community, welcome to today's arena video. Today we're going to do the color challenge in black, kind of tutorial how to get through that. Right now I do not have any daily quests, but I do still have daily wins to do, so we're going to go ahead and get through those. We're going to do the black color challenge next. Let's go ahead and see how that works. We're going to be playing green first. As we win these games, we get more cards to add to our deck, so that's good. Personally, I'm probably going to end up playing the white deck and my unranked play. I don't really, or I'm probably going to play some ranked play just so we get the season rewards. We get gold for winning or for ranking up in the season, and then you also get some packs, so that's nice too. So we're going to compound fracture this so our Nalaar cut blade grows. Unfortunately, we did it in the wrong order. We should have played the other cold blade first. So if you're watching back and you're trying to figure out how to win, play that cold blade before you play the compound fracture. That way both of them grow instead of just one of them. So they get another one here. They don't give us an opportunity to learn from our mistake, but we're going to go ahead and play that to get more damage in. Opponent is down to 10. They could be down to 9 if we had played our cards right. That's fancy. Really don't care if the Death Toucher dies, because it looks like in 2 turns we're going to be able to play this flyer that should win us the game anyway if we don't find a way to win earlier. It looks like we just win here. Kind of surprised they didn't have a creature to play with 5 mana in the green deck, but this is a match for beginners to learn the game, so made that one mistake there. Make sure you play that Cold Blade before you play the Compound Fracture. Now these in-between screens are going to change for you. Right now Kaldheim is the most recent set, so you have the Serolf background there. They tend to upgrade those every set, so you can get this back from the graveyard if you need to. I have a feeling they're going to try to make us learn that lesson. These are both instant, so there's no reason in trying to play them. But like now, we can either destroy it or give it -1/-1. Now let's think through this, right? It makes more sense to just flat out destroy it so we can attack next turn and get our Savage Gorger bigger. They're tapped out, so they can't play anything else. And by playing it on their turn, we get to conserve mana. We're playing this first because at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life, or your opponent lost life, you get to put a counter on it. Really, that would not have been a problem anyway. You could have played it afterwards because this triggers at your end step. We're going to attack here, hoping they block. I'm okay losing that because I'm going to compound fracture. Actually, is that our first or second compound fracture? That's our first one. So this only does -1/-1, but it gets rid of it and it keeps them from gaining life for the next creature they play. So they have another one. That's not too surprising. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do here. I'm not going to attack with the 1/2 because it's just going to die. But I will attack through the air here. My guess is they're playing Hallowed Priest. They are. It's going to start growing with these counters. If we didn't have the flyer, that would be a problem. So this compound fracture here, it's -2/-2. We could kill a Hallowed Priest, but my guess is they're still going to have more creatures maybe than another Hallowed Priest. So I'm going to kill the Orator here. I'm going to attack with everything because they're probably going to kill the skeleton, but I can bring it back and play it afterward. I have 5 mana available, so it does give me 1 extra damage this turn. Plus, now I have a blocker. So that was kind of a more advanced, but no-brainer move there. Just get some extra damage in. So there's that second Hallowed Priest that I thought was coming. I'm going to block again here because, well, actually I have 20 life. I'm just going to wait and I'll do the attack trick again. This time I can kill their Hollow Blade. I'm going to go ahead and play that. Don't have to play it pre-combat, but it doesn't hurt to. At least not in this type of situation. Normally you want to save your creatures until after combat. But I'm not too worried about this beginner's game beating me randomly. Here we're going to win through the air. So that's the end of this black color challenge game. Let's move on to the next one. Get a couple more upgrades to our deck. On to our third game. This time we're playing Chandra and Nalaar again. Want to thank you for watching this color challenge video. If you have any questions about how anything works in Magic, feel free to leave a comment below. Always trying to help new players learn how to play. I think we're going to attack, hope they block, and then kill it here. We can get it back in the future. Actually, if we play the Compound Fracture now, we kill it and our guy stays alive. So let's go ahead and do that. We could have played 2 Compound Fractures, but when your guy's been assigned a blocker, the damage will not go through, even if the creature dies, so there wasn't really much point in doing that. So in this situation, we're going to play this first, because now our guy will get through, and we'll get to deal whole damage. This gives +2/+0 and indestructible. Indestructible means that your card cannot be destroyed. It can be exiled though. That's a important distinction for later on, but that's beyond the scope of where we're at in the game right now. I'm gonna go ahead and play that. So indestructible, my guy didn't die from damage, plus I killed their guy. Now they have a 2/3 here. We got another unlikely aid, so let's think about this. Either one can kill their 2/3. It doesn't have any abilities. We're going to go ahead and attack with both of them. They're probably going to block the 2/1 here. Not too surprised there. We'll play the unlikely aid to kill their guy, keep our guy alive. Next turn, I'm guessing we're going to get a land and get to play this Nightmare. Its power and toughness is equal to the number of swamps you have in play, so by the time we play this, we'll have 6 swamps. They killed our guy. That's a bit of a bummer. That's the one we can't bring back, but we do have the Nightmare now, so that is pretty nice. That's going to be our win condition in this game, I have a feeling. They probably don't have a spell that can deal 6 damage to the Nightmare, would be my guess, and they probably don't have any flyers that are going to be a problem for it, so... They got rid of the skeleton here. We drew a land, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the skeleton back from the graveyard and play it again. And then attack with our Nightmare. So they put a stop at our beginning step for some reason. I can't play this because I have to discard a card to be able to play it. And I don't have a card to discard. But it wouldn't have mattered because I didn't have haste anyway. So now they have a haste flyer. And they attack with it. If they wanted to win, they would have blocked with it, but apparently that's not what the program is planned to do. Now we can discard the skeleton to play the Maru outright or Mardu Outrider, but there's no point because we already won the game. Let's move on to our 4th color challenge battle of the black deck. We'll be playing the blue Jace deck. Then we'll have our live opponent match after that, so you can see how this deck works against a real opponent without a stacked deck. They don't even give you the option to mulligan here, so that's interesting. So a mulligan, if you haven't had to take one yet, is when you get an opening hand you're not happy with, you can put your hand back in your deck, shuffle it, and draw another 7 cards. Each time you mulligan, you still draw 7 cards, but you have to take 1 less card to finish. When a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. So we'll lose our Typhoid Rats here, but we'll get a 1/1 counter on the Nalaar Cutblade here. So if you mulligan the first time, you go from 7 cards to 6. If you mulligan the second time, you go from 6 to 5, and so on. Gonna discard a Swamp here. I think that's the right play, because at 4 we can play the Archer. No point in attacking here, because we die to the Warden. I think they're probably going to attack with everything here. Well, everything but that, I guess. So we can kill one of those with the Archer next turn. So now we have a 3/3, so we're going to attack with both of them. I think that's the first Fracture we have. It is. So we'll probably play that on their blocker. They're probably going to attack with everything here. That makes things a little more interesting. Okay, so we can do everything this turn. So we get lifelink with this, which means we gain life whenever we deal damage, and then you get to put a 1/1 counter on it. So thinking this through, I'm going to want to gain as much life as possible. And then the Fracture will kill a creature, so I get to put a 1/1 counter on it. I'm going to attack with everything, which if they don't block, I win. They do block. But we gain life, so when they attack next turn, it's not a problem. And to finish the end step, we're going to play our Skeleton, and that should be game, because I'm guessing they're probably programmed to attack here again. They're going to bounce our Outrider. That hurts, because we don't have a card to discard now. We also lose our enchantment. So the Compound Fracture here should make it so we can kill the Sphinx. I'm guessing it's going to block the 6/6 because it would die within it. The other option was to play the Mardu Outrider, but I felt like that was a more efficient play. We got to keep the Nalaar Cutblade and attack. This is a little bit trickier game than the ones we've played in the Color Challenge so far. I'm assuming they think people are going to go through the colors in order, so that would make a lot of sense. We can play the Outrider now. It's not going to matter because we're going to get through and win here anyway, so let's just go ahead and get it over with. Unless they have a bounce spell. They do have a bounce spell, but we're still going to get through and win. They should have... I mean, it doesn't matter either way, but if they were trying to manage life, they would have blocked the 3/3. We still would have got the 1/2 through and killed them for the 1 life for the win. So that is the first one. Let's go ahead and play the real live person now. Gotta wait for an appropriate color challenge matchup is what I'm guessing here. Somebody play another color challenge deck. Did it take that long? Only 20 seconds. So we're playing Taco. It's very interesting that that name was still available. So it does make you wonder if they're role players or if they're just computers. The reason why I kept this hand was because we had a good mana curve. We could play stuff on turn 2, 3, and 5. So if we draw 2 more swamps, and our opponent goes first here. So if we could... This might be a painful game. Looks like it's going to be pretty slow. I think Taco's probably reading his cards, which is a good thing to do if you're new to the game. Always read your cards and your opponent's cards as they play them, so you don't get in a position where you're like, oh, that did that? I didn't realize. So they took a while to decide if they want to keep their hand or not. When you go first, you do not get to draw a card the first turn. When you go second, you do get to draw a card. So we have 2 Outriders now. Just from our mana perspective, I'm probably going to get rid of the Vampire. I think the 5/5 is probably pretty valuable early on. The only downside is they're playing blue, so they probably have some bounce spells, which does worry me. So we're going to start out with... do we want to murder or play the... Lots of options here. I'm going to play the flyer. I don't know if that's the right move or not, but we're not attacking because we would definitely die. I want to save the murder for a bigger creature they play later on, or a flyer. Because flyers can be a problem for us for sure. Yeah, like this creature is not good because it makes all their other flyers cheaper. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less. We're going to let the 1 damage through here. We have 2 murders now, so that's good. We're going to go ahead and get the Warden out of the way. Now we can attack and get through for 3. And that gives our Savage Gorger another counter as well. We'll take 1 damage from the Sworn Guardian, but that's alright. They probably do have bounce spells, so I would expect for something to get bounced here. Opponent, if they're playing in order, has not seen the black deck yet, so they're probably carefully thinking through their decisions, which makes a lot of sense. We did get another black. They have bigger problems coming, but I think growing our creatures to 3/3 is more important than getting 6 damage or 5 damage in here. Plus, next turn, hopefully we can play Singer Vampire if we draw another land. These decks have 25 lands in them, so that gives you an idea of how likely you are to be able to play stuff. Okay, so this gives us +1/+1 and lifelink. Oh, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on this creature plus lifelink. Okay, so that changes things a little bit here. Because we get the lifelink, and I know this blue deck has a lot of flyers, well, they could bounce it. So let's play the Outrider and discard an Outrider, and we'll attack with, well, lots of decisions here. We're going to play the Eternal Thirst here, then attack with the Cuthblade and see what they do. Coldblade, not Cuthblade. They let it through, that was interesting. Makes my guy bigger so he can block. If they do play another Windstorm Drake, that would be a problem for the Savage Gorger, but we still have 18 life, they only have 9. Here they're probably going to bounce the Gorger. That's definitely the smart move, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, so we have the Vampire. But do I want a 5/5 on the ground instead? I'm going to take the 4/4 flyer. I hope they attack all next turn. Actually, I don't even know what I hope anymore. I think we might have just lost this one. But if we did lose, that gives us an interesting chance to see if you get the rewards just for playing the game or if you have to win the game. Because remember the first game a couple days ago for that white deck, we conceded right away and we got the rewards for it anyway. So if that's the case, then playing these games doesn't really matter unless you want to. You just go in, you concede, and you automatically collect your rewards. If you're doing the free-to-play route, just starting your second account, that would definitely be the better way to go. Yeah, I'd say we're definitely going to lose this one, chat. If you do enjoy these videos, again, would definitely appreciate a thumbs up and subscribing. I don't see any way we come out of this one. So I'm just going to concede the game and see what happens. Oh, let's see if that wins it. Why would you play that? I was curious. They're going to win next turn anyway, but let's see what we draw. Yep, nothing we can do there. So thank you, Taco. That was a good game. Hope you had an enjoyable game. So now let's see if we get those rewards just for playing or if we have to win. You get the rewards just for playing, so you can go in and immediately concede. That's going to wrap up our black color challenge video. We will be back with the red color challenge video tomorrow. And thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it.